Lately, have you felt like you are slowly losing connection with some people? There are friendships where you used to talk all day long, and now it is just a few polite messages once in a while. You start to ask yourself, I do not know. What did I do wrong? Am I becoming the kind of friend other people do not want to be around? That feeling is so uncomfortable. No one tells you directly. No one points out where you went wrong, but the distance keeps growing. The truth is, most of us never mean to be the bad friend, but anyone can accidentally hurt others simply because we do not notice the things we keep doing every day. So in this video, we will gently but honestly look at 6 behaviors that can make you seem like a bad friend in other people's eyes. And more importantly, we will talk about how to change each one so you do not keep losing precious relationships just because of things you never noticed. As we go through these 6 things, you will probably see yourself in 1 or 2 of them. But please do not rush to blame yourself. This is not the end. It is the starting point for your change. Now, let us start with the first behavior, talking behind someone's back. You are sitting with a group of friends. Someone has just left the table, and right away everyone starts complaining about them. You stay quiet, but you stay there and listen to everything. The scary thing is, this is how most gossip starts. Not because that person is truly terrible, but because the one who is gossiping needs something, the feeling of being better than someone. Talking behind someone's back is so common that many people think it is harmless. But in reality, it quietly destroys the most important parts of any relationship: trust, the feeling of safety, and respect. Most people who gossip do not even see their real reasons. They speak badly of others because they do not feel confident. They do it to feel close to the group. They do it to hide their fear of being left behind. Gossip is the easiest way to feel above someone without having to work on yourself. But here is the problem. The person who gossips with you will also gossip about you with someone else. Imagine one day someone takes a screenshot of the harsh words you said when you were upset and sends it straight to the person you were talking about. That feeling, like your heart has dropped to the bottom of your stomach, is something you never forget. The wounds from gossip are usually quiet, but they stay and ache for a long time. Talking badly about someone does not prove that you are better than anyone. It only shows that you are comparing yourself to the wrong person. Because the only person you should compare yourself with is who you were yesterday. When you are growing enough, you do not have time to talk badly about anyone. Next, the second behavior is feeling jealous when others succeed. You are scrolling through social media, someone you know posts that they got a raise, a chance to study abroad, or a new partner. You tap the like button, but inside your chest, there is a small sting. That feeling is something almost everyone has had. Jealousy itself is not bad. It becomes harmful when you let that jealousy turn into one of these things. You put down someone else's success, you pretend it is no big deal while feeling tight and bitter inside. Or you start spreading little comments like, they were just lucky. What's here? It might not last. Someone must be helping them. That is the moment jealousy quietly turns you into the bad friend without you even noticing. In reality, your jealousy usually has nothing to do with them. It has to do with you. You want what they have. You think you should have been able to do that too. You are afraid you are falling behind. You feel like you have not tried hard enough. Jealousy is like a mirror, showing you the version of yourself you wish you could become, but have not been brave enough to chase. Think about a time when someone was jealous of you and said something unkind right after you achieved something. How did you feel? Maybe small, looked down on, or not recognized. The truth is, you can very easily create that same feeling in someone else, just with a small sentence. Feeling jealous does not make you a bad person. Letting it become the reason you ruin someone else's joy, that is the real problem. Instead of fighting the jealousy, you can treat it as a sign. This is something I really want, and I will try to reach it in my own way. You do not need to push anyone down in order to stand taller. And then there's the third behavior, disappearing when someone needs you. Someone sends you a message. Hey, I am really not okay. Can we talk for a bit? You read it, you see it, but you do not reply. It is not because you hate them. It is not because you truly do not care. Sometimes, when someone reaches for us in their pain, we simply do not know how to face it. So we choose silence, we disappear. We tell ourselves, I will reply later. I was video, but later becomes tomorrow, and tomorrow becomes never. What we do not see is that while we are silent, the other person may be asking themselves many questions. Am I bothering them? Do I not deserve comfort? How important am I to them, really? The feeling of being left alone at the moment you needed someone the most hurts even more than sharp words. A short reply like, I am busy right now, but I am here with you, can mean more than a long meetup. Most people who disappear when they are needed do it because they do not know how to handle someone else's feelings, or they are afraid of being pulled into a problem. They do not realize that in some moments of life, we do not need someone to fix our problems. We just need them to stay by our side. One message, one simple question. Are you okay? Can be enough to pull someone back from a very bad day. If you want to keep a relationship, show up when the other person needs you. A small act of presence can sometimes save a whole person. You do not have to fix their sadness. You just need to not leave them alone in it. Now, let us look at the fourth behavior. Comparing one person with another. You are sharing your worries. The person in front of you listens for a few seconds, then says, other people have it much worse than you. Why can you not be strong like them? In that moment, your heart sinks. Comparison is one of the quickest ways to hurt someone because it wipes out their feelings right now. When someone opens up to you, they need to be heard, not measured to see if they are better or worse than someone else. Comparison does not make them stronger. It only makes them feel more useless. This habit of comparing often comes from two places. First, you grew up being compared all the time, so now you automatically repeat the same way of talking. Second, you do not really know how to encourage someone, so you think, look at other people will make them stronger, when in fact, it only adds more pressure. Comparison is like telling someone, your feelings are not important enough to be respected. Think back to a time when you shared something painful, and someone said, other people have it worse. Did you feel lighter, or did you feel like you did not even deserve to be sad? Feelings cannot be measured with someone else's ruler. Everyone has their own kind of pain. Instead of comparing, you can try saying, this must be really hard on you. I am here. Simple words like that can heal more than any long advice. Comparison does not help anyone become better. It only makes you look worse. Now, the fifth behavior is refusing to say sorry. There is a small argument. You are clearly in the wrong. But instead of apologizing, you say, that is not what I meant. You just misunderstood me. The mood in the room drops at once. Refusing to apologize is one of the behaviors that makes you look the most unkind. Not because your mistake is huge, but because you will not face the fact that you hurt someone. A small I am sorry can sometimes turn a whole fight around. But for many people, saying sorry feels like admitting total failure. In truth, people who avoid apologizing are often afraid of being seen as weak. They are scared of losing the image of, I am always right. They fear others will judge them forever because of this one mistake. Or, on a deeper level, they simply were never taught how to admit they were wrong. But here is what really matters. Not saying sorry does not make you strong. It only makes you more alone. You are choosing to protect your ego instead of the relationship. Imagine you are hurt and upset, and the person who caused it stays silent, or even blames you back. How would you feel? Unfairly treated? Looked down on? Not respected? That feeling is exactly what you might be giving to someone else, just because of the one word, sorry, that you refuse to say. Saying sorry does not make you smaller. It shows that you can take responsibility and that you respect the other person's feelings. The strongest person is the one who can say, I was wrong. Finally, let us talk about the sixth behavior. Only showing up when you need something. You get a message after weeks of silence from someone, hey, can you help me with this? You know that feeling. A little uncomfortable, a little disappointed. Some people only appear when they need something. To borrow money, to ask for help with work, to get you to fix a problem for them, or to ask you to stand up for them when they are in trouble. And when everything is done, they disappear again. No check-ins, no care, no effort to stay in touch. At that point, the relationship is no longer a friendship. It has turned into a transaction. The truth is, people who only come when they need something are not always bad people. Many of them simply do not know how to build real connection. They think they must bring value to be accepted. They are afraid of true closeness. They feel shy or awkward starting a conversation for no reason, so they only reach out when there is a problem. Or, in the worst case, they really do see you as a solution, not as a person. Whatever the reason, the feeling they leave you with is the same. You feel used. Think about a time you helped someone with all your heart, but when you needed them, they were silent, as if they had never been there. How did you feel? A little hurt? Maybe you told yourself, so they only come to me when they need something. That feeling can kill a relationship very quickly. Real friendship is not only thinking of each other when there is a problem. It grows from small connections and simple questions like, how are you today? And if someone only ever comes to you when they need something, sometimes you have to let them learn how to live without you when they do not. If you see one or two of these behaviors in yourself, please do not panic. That does not make you a bad person. It just means you are someone who is still growing up. To change, you do not have to do anything big. You do not need to completely change who you are. You do not have to become a perfect version of yourself right away. You only need to start with 3 very simple steps. The first step is to notice it and be honest with yourself. Choose one behavior that you know you often fall into. Just one. Do not try to fix everything at once. Seeing it clearly is the hardest part because it asks you to look straight at the side of yourself you do not like to see. You can even write it down. I often gossip. I find it hard to be happy when others are happy. I disappear when someone needs me. Once you can name the problem, you have already won half the battle. The second step is to adjust it and change it little by little. Choose one small situation to act differently in today. When you are about to gossip, pause for 5 seconds and change the subject. When you feel jealous, try to give the other person a real compliment. When a friend needs you, send a short message. I am here. When you make a mistake, simply say, I am sorry. When you are about to compare, choose to listen instead of judging. When you want to ask for a favor, check in on them first. Changing one small action can slowly reshape a big habit. And the third step is to build connection again, in simple but honest ways. Lasting friendship does not need expensive gifts or big, beautiful moments. It only needs a few things. Showing up at the right time, a sincere compliment, a simple question like, are you okay? A real apology when you are wrong, and true appreciation when they do something kind. Small pieces of sincerity create deep relationships. You do not need to be a perfect person. You just need to be someone who is willing to grow and change. That is the kind of person everyone wants to stay close to. You cannot change the past, but you can completely change the way you act from today on. So choose one behavior from these 6 that you want to work on first. Just one. Write it down, or say it out loud, or share it in a comment. The moment you speak it, you are making a promise to yourself. Strong friendship does not come from you being perfect. It comes from listening, from changing your behavior, and from valuing other people. If you are trying day by day to be a kinder friend, then believe me, you stopped being the bad friend a long time ago.